Pasta and noodles are extremely popular, they're easy to make and taste incredible with pretty much whatever you put with them. So in this one we're going to be making a garlic chili oil and using one of the two to fold it through and create a delicious meal. There might be a few ingredients here that you don't know or you've never seen before, but I'll have all of the substitutes in the description below, and if you have any questions just feel free to leave a comment and I'll get straight back to you. Please sit back, relax and enjoy. Alright, starting this off, we're going to need 40 grams or 1/4 of a cup of unroasted and unsalted peanuts. These can just be given a rough chop to lightly break them down. They'll toast better this way and you'll get better flavour, and we just want to make sure that there's no whole nuts. With that done, spread your nuts out on a baking tray lined with parchment paper, then take them over to a preheated oven that's been set to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit and toast for about 3 to 4 minutes or until lightly golden, then let them cool down. We're then going to need 3 spring onions or scallions, separating the green stems from the white root ends, and these are going to be used in 2 different parts of the recipe. So slice the white root ends on a nice straight angle, and with the green stems, slice them on a slight angle to create diamond or oval shaped pieces. Same as with the spring onions, we're also going to be using garlic in 2 different parts of this recipe, with 4 cloves being used in one and 8 cloves being used in the other, and with the 8 cloves these can be thinly sliced, and with the 4 cloves these can be ran along a fine microplane to create a paste, which is also known as minced, making sure to scrape it all out to avoid any waste. For an optional ingredient, here is the stems from one bunch of coriander or cilantro. Every single bunch has these, some don't have the roots, that's why I'm not going to be using them, and with this, just give this a quick rough chop, breaking it down quite small because it is going to be used in our sauce, and you don't have to use this if you don't want to. Now with the prep done, add the sliced garlic into a large pan along with the sliced root end spring onion or scallion, 2 tablespoons or 10 grams of mild or hot chili flakes, and 2/3 of a cup or 150 milliliters of peanut oil, which is going to be used as our base and to fry all of the ingredients. Let's then place this onto a medium-low heat, give it a good mix through for those flavors to become friends, and cook this for 13 minutes, stirring it every now and again, just until you have a beautifully golden and crispy garlic and the oil has also taken on a nice golden color. Next, add in 2/3 of a cup of sesame oil for a deep nutty flavour, 2 tablespoons or 40 grams of brown sugar to cut back the chili and add a nice subtle sweetness, and the roasted peanuts, sliding them down the parchment paper express. Give this all another big mix and cook for a final 2 minutes to allow that sugar to melt and for those flavours to regain their friendship, then remove and let cool slightly. With that done, carefully pour the chili oil into a glass container or jar, being careful of none of the solids sliding over the edge to make a mess. Then with the oil in, put the solids in after, which is the cleanest way to do it without spilling it everywhere. Pop the lid on nice and tight, and here is our homemade chili oil that can be stored in both the fridge or cool dark space and will last up to 1 month, with the flavours getting better over time as it has more time to infuse. Now with a mixing bowl, add in the minced garlic, half a teaspoon or 0.5 grams of red chili powder, 2 teaspoons or 9 grams of sesame seeds, the chopped coriander or cilantro, 2.5 tablespoons or 50 milliliters of light soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of black vinegar, and 2.5 teaspoons of dark soy sauce. Then give this all a good whisking to combine, and this right here is going to create a delicious balanced flavour of sweet, spicy, salty, acidic and nutty flavours. Next, place a large pot of water over a high heat, bringing it to a boil, and add in 375 grams or 13.2 ounces of the pasta or noodles of your choice, with myself using linguine, and cook this as per the packet instructions. Also on the side, place a small saucepan over medium heat and pour in 2.5 tablespoons or 50 milliliters of peanut oil and heat until it starts shimmering, which will take about 3 minutes. Once the pasta is cooked through, remove it from the stovetop and carefully pour it through a sieve to drain, letting it rest for a couple of minutes. We can then carefully remove the oil from the stovetop as it's now shimmering and immediately pour it into the sauce ingredients, which is going to cook them and release their flavours without overcooking them, which would happen if we were to cook it all on the stovetop. Add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of the chili oil, or as much as you'd like. Give it all another good whisking to combine those delicious flavours, then gently add in the drained pasta and use some tongs to coat the pasta in that amazing sauce, making sure that it's coated all the way through. With that all done, serve this up however you want, eating it straight out the mixing bowl if you really wanted to, but once stacked up nice and high, garnish it with the spring onion or scallion stems and a little sprinkle of sesame seeds, leaving us with this beautiful garlic chili oil pasta, or noodles, whatever you want to call it, and the only thing that's then left to do is make everything worthwhile, and that is, we can then dig in.